With a flourish of trumpets, the veil of secrecy is lifted from a new car. When this new model is revealed, the motoring critics see the result of several years' work, representing an investment of £5 million. To prove how simple is the design, 4 apprentices build one on the stage in as many minutes. In the center of the picture stands Giovanni Michelotti, the Italian who shaped the car. For this is one of the British firms which goes to Italy for its designs. The car drove straight out of the ballroom of a London hotel. But there was nothing remarkable in that. 2 prototypes had been driven from Cape Town to Coventry, the length of Africa through jungle, swamp and desert. For 2 years they'd also been put through their paces at the motor industry's own proving ground. And there are not many defects that could survive that ordeal. You'd have to search the roads of the world to find a tougher test. The washboard test, it's real punishment. Going around in small circles needn't be an aimless occupation. It's a severe test for steering and stability. If there were any nooks and crannies in the bodywork, this ultrafine dust would soon find its way in. And the water splash is a fine way of finding out if the engine's waterproof. Brakes are vital in today's fast-moving traffic. If they stand up to this, they'll stand up to anything. And so a new breed of car emerges. Here on the track, with a special speedometer known as the fifth wheel, is a modified version of another company's car. This firm doesn't go to Italy for its styling. The designs are produced at home, aiming to fulfill the dream of the average motorist. Mr. Average Motorist must have plenty of legroom, yet still be able to reach the pedals. In any design department, you'll find a bag of golf clubs, better than a yardstick for measuring luggage capacity. Eventually, the dreams take shape in clay models, which are modified time and time again before the first metal prototype is built. We asked Mr. Brian Roots, the director of the firm, whether he thinks Italian designs are essential for British cars.
No, not as far as our company is concerned. In fact, the Italians have organized an international concours d'elegance in Rome over the last 2 years, and we've obtained an award for the best styled individual motor car, and also an award for styling in regard to the best series of production cars from any one factory in Europe.
It is estimated that a new vehicle is made in Britain every 10 seconds, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This firm makes only a fraction of that total, but it can turn out nearly 4,000 cars from the same production lines, with variations in each of them to suit individual buyers' needs. Some groups go all out for quantity, even at the risk of their different makes looking rather the same. Other car manufacturers have kept their individual character, which is recognizable throughout the world. Where is British car design heading? Perhaps a pointer to the future is the increased mechanization of hoods and windows. Will American influence dominate British car makers? Certainly it isn't easy to tell whether some cars are coming or going. Here's a Continental design that may well be the shape of things to come. Certainly its driver-adjustable suspension system is revolutionary. Cars total 13% of Britain's export trade, and sports cars come high on the list. Their engines are developed from successes on the racing circuits. Motor racing is far more than a sport. It is a test ground for all new engine developments and a shop window for car makers. It also provides thrills for spectators and a high degree of danger for those who take part. But come what may, the race goes on. And the checkered flag salutes the winner. In this case, Jack Brabham, latest newcomer to the ranks of Grand Prix winners. Now, here's another kind of test, safety belts, which many experts believe can cut down the risk of injury or death from being pitched forward in a crashing car. The Duke of Richmond and Gordon, himself a former racing driver, uses safety harness.
My wife and I, not long ago, had a very bad crash and probably owe our lives to safety harness, so no wonder we're keen on it.
Ordinary family saloons compete on the track as well as racing cars, and the experience gained gives safer, faster motoring. Not everyone agrees that faster motoring is an unmixed blessing. For instance, Professor Goodhart of Oxford. He's president of the Pedestrians Association. Well, Professor Goodhart, you think there's another side to the question?
Yes, there certainly is another side. Last year, 6,000 people were killed on the roads and 300,000 were injured. Just think of the amount of suffering that causes.
What can we do about it?
Well, I think there are three things we can do. The first is to see that every vehicle on the road is in proper condition. The second is to see that no person drives a vehicle or a motorcycle who's had too much to drink. And the third and most important is that everyone should drive carefully and not try and break the speed limit.
The cars roll out of the factories in their thousands. Who's going to buy them all? Often it's not what's under the bonnet that sells a car, it's the notions under another kind of bonnet. Car designers find that it's usually Mrs. Motorist who makes the final choice. But whatever the colour, however shiny the finish, this is how they all end up. A long way, we hope, from the day a car is born.